All right, I've been picking up on this energy for like half of the day, maybe even most of the day. And it is one of distractions, of stop and start. Something will get going, but just enough for you to start to get into it, and then it's like it stops and resets. Also, distractions, trying to overwhelm, overstimulate. And just one second. Okay, I'm accustomed to people sending me this type of overstimulation, overwhelm, or conflict to try to stop flow. So I normally don't pay much attention to it. However, my team called my attention to it. So this is somebody needs to know about this. All right, if you're like, oh, I already know all about that, then maybe this isn't for you. Maybe it's for somebody who doesn't quite know what's going on. All right, Octavia came in. The name Octavia. What is that show, The 100, where the kids are sent from space back to Earth to see if it's inhabitable? Or just the name Octavia, but that also points to 8, which is the infinity symbol. I was also getting double infinity, so something about perfection, or perfecting, something about perfection. Maybe somebody is trying to imitate perfection, or maybe they deem that you're trying to be perfect. Maybe they see you as perfect and want to throw out that you're not perfect energy, but that's how they're perceiving you, not how you perceive yourself. But 8 is also karma, actions, and consequences. With that, there's an energy of you propagating new energy. We've got the helicopter noise overhead now. And whoever this other energy is, they're fully aware that you're propagating new energy. So they have some way to keep tabs on you, whether it's social media, whether they are near you, they can actually hear you, or whether it is some kind of spiritual spying. They know that you are propagating new energy. You are in creation mode, or you have been in creation mode. And part of the reason for the distractions and the stop and start energy is they're trying to get you to focus on the dense or negative possibilities. Cat eye chrome nails just popped up from Lemonade. So cat's eye could be significant. I'm also getting that Stephen King, movie, Cat's Eye. Is that what it's called? It's an old one from like the 80s, I think. Oh, where the cat protects the little girl from the little like troll goblin things that come out of the floorboards. That movie may be significant. Stephen King may be significant. Or nuisances sneaking out of the walls type of energy. They're trying to get you to focus on problems. They're trying to get you to focus on the possibility of, oh no, doom thinking. What could this be? What could this mean? And be running through all of the negative possibilities so that will corrupt the propagation, what you're creating, the energy you're propagating. Okay. It's like pouring a bunch of density into the creation so that it turns into something that you don't want it to be, that they want it to be. All right. Trying to align you, misalign you, essentially. Take your alignment out of place and align you to destruction, problem, which is what they want. All right. With that, Egypt and Rome came in, and it could be ancient Egypt and Rome. Those two areas, you could be linked to them in some facet, but more so I was linked to look them up because I got the question, what is the relationship between ancient Egypt and Rome? And then I got, it is one that went from alliance, like I looked it up, and it is a relationship that went from alliance to exploitation. So this energy may be linked to somebody that once was an alliance that your connections were both favorable. You saw each other as alliance, but at some point they saw or deemed that there was a weakness, collective, within you that they could exploit, and it turned from alliance to exploitation. So they exploited you in some manner. This could have been your kindness, this could have been your empathy, your kind heart, the way that you show up, your healing energy, whatever it was. This was friend to foe. This was somebody who saw an opening to exploit you and took it, okay? Instead of it being a genuine energy who sees an opening and doesn't exploit it, maybe even brings it to your attention. Hey, I see this opening. You may want to work on that. They didn't do that. In fact, if you're somebody that points stuff out like that, they may have capitalized that and used that against you, okay? Exploited you for that. This energy, also twins could be significant. Some form of twins or Gemini. And this energy is still trying to take what is not theirs, which is why they're still trying to push in this energy to corrupt new propagations, to corrupt the new energy that you are propagating. All right. Source, what do you have for the collective about this energy? In Pisces, something about it is dissolving. So they may know that their time is up. This could be linked to the reading that I did about the dumpster fire happening in their own life instead of yours. Make sure you're staying hydrated. This is also an energy that doesn't like the silence. They can't sit quietly with themselves. And they don't want you to see them. They don't want anybody to see them. Pluto. This is resurrect, get to the heart of, do or permanently delete. You must. Something is coming back up. Triumph of lies. So this person's lies may be surfacing. Venus. Venus is love, money, the things we value. Mars. Oh my goodness, that's what I was thinking and it just confirmed it. Okay, so this person may have gone from love to hate, love to war. I just got all is fair in love and war. Blue may be significant. All right, what sign and what house is this taking place in, Source? I just got love and hate are sides of the same coin. Super Mario Brothers may be significant. Virgo. So the refinement of... Oh, they don't like that. You've grown, collective. Colorless angel, and they are still the same as they used to be, and their lies about you. 110 may be significant. January 10th or 10/1, October 1st. They may have lied about you, collective, and said that you didn't have any depth, you didn't have any color, you were a fraud. And it is being seen that is quite the opposite. Your growth is showing. I talked about perfectionism, and that literally says resulting from the perfectionism of. All right, what house is Aries? May be significant as well. You've grown and expanded as a person. You are now pouring into the things that you love instead of the things that cause you distress or war-like energy. You don't focus on things that you hate anymore. You figure out why you hate them, heal, and then shift focus. This energy, whoever this is, could also be sitting in the shadow aspects of Virgo and Aries. Let's see. Shadow aspects of Aries are impatience, impulsivity, cowardice. All right. Virgo, perfectionism and self-criticism. All right. What house is this affecting? Thank you. First house. The I am. Identity. So they are, I'm getting Hail Mary. Football could be significant. They're once again trying to hit the first house, trying to get you to turn on yourself, trying to get distractions. They may be even pushing in accident type energy into your environment to get you to have accidents, to cause things to break, things to malfunction, that type of thing, so that you internalize it as you're doing something wrong. There's something going on with you that you need to correct, and that's why all of this is happening, when actually it's your environment being affected by projected energy, not being affected by you directly. But if they can get you to turn on yourself and be self-critical and stop everything, procrastinate and be impulsive, they can cause you to misstep. They can cause you to mess up your path. And the easiest way to get somebody to mess up their path is to turn them on themselves, to get them hypercritical of themselves. All right. Source, what else does the collective need to know about this? So if you've had any energy coming in that's making you feel like you're doing the wrong thing, you're on the wrong path, the accidents, the stuff, bad luck, and I'm using quotations because I do not believe in luck. I believe in consequences. They want you to believe that what's happening in your environment is a consequence of your actions. So you need to change. You need to do something different. And that's not the case at all. And please use discernment, because if your guides or source is trying to redirect you and you're listening to collective messages and not using your discernment, you could be messing up your own path. You have to use discernment on collective messages. If you are not sure what you're supposed to be doing, where you're supposed to be going, you're not sure and you need outside help, you need to book a private reading, a personal reading where it is on your soul energy, not a collective energy. Okay? Just because it feels like it aligns does not mean it's yours. There's such a thing as confirmation bias, where we will believe something, and then we will seek out things that prove that. Our brain believes what we tell it. So if you tell it you need to be redirected, it will give you signs that you need to redirect, even if that's not actually the case. All right? If you don't know how to step back, observe, ground, and figure out and get in contact with source and your guides yourself to figure out what your next move is, what you're supposed to do, or if you're supposed to do anything at all, then seek someone that you trust, okay, for a private personal reading. Be cautious of who you trust to give these kind of informations to you, because there are a lot of people out here in this spiritual community on these apps that only care about the bottom line, and they will tell you whatever you want to hear to pad their pocketbook. And I don't say that as, oh, that's the rumor around. I knew somebody who did it. I knew somebody that was okay telling people what they wanted to hear for the pay. Okay? Someone else just came out with an apology video stating that they did the same when they were not in a good place. So it is not far-fetched. You need to be using your discernment. And I suggest you finding out yourself by stepping back and getting into observing mode and grounded and meditating and connecting with source and your guides. And then if you want to clarify that or confirm that, then get a personal reading. And if the personal reading matches up with what you've already gotten, then you know that that person is actually aligned. And if you get a message, if you pay for a message from somebody and they're giving you information that is completely opposite of what you've known, been feeling, been seeing, or what you got in your own personal tap-in, you need to question that. All right? Nobody knows you better than you do, but also keep in mind you have blind spots. So be real honest with yourself. And not you, we have blind spots, okay? That's why we are called to relationships. That's why we are called to connections. Because we can't see, we have blind spots that only other people will be able to pick up on and help with. All right, source, let's close this up. We're already 18 minutes in. What is the collective? Justice. I was going to ask, what does the collective need to do about this? Nothing. Justice is being served. What is this justice? Clarify this justice, please. Permanent deletion, transformation. Something is being completely transformed. Their lies are being seen. Pluto. Their power and control tactics, they're being seen through the resurrecting of the lies. In this, I'm just going to look it up again just to make sure, but in this deck, I believe that card is about somebody being exposed. It's like acid ripping the flesh off of her bones in exposure. So let's just make sure. Okay. The Wicked Witch of the West had captured Dorothy. And enslaved her. Okay. Message. The Wicked Witch's demise symbolizes the necessity of profound change for renewal. Just like the Yeeting card in tarot signifies transformation, Her permanent deletion marks the end of tyranny and the dawn of peace in Oz. It teaches us that even the mightiest can be overcome and new beginnings are always possible. So once again, her permanent deletion marks the end of tyranny and the dawn of peace. Justice for whoever's been doing this, whoever went from friend to foe, went from love to hate, all's fair in love and war, launched war, went from alliance to, and we've got the star, went from alliance to exploitation of another person. Their end is here. And I'm not taking this as an actual deletion, but their reign of tyranny is done. Peace is coming up. That's what this justice is. They are being pulled out of whatever position they held that allowed them to rule over anybody else in this manner. Their ability to be a tyrant in someone or someone's else's life is over. It's done. On top of the love and war is 3 of Wands in reversed. 3 of Wands in reverse could be it's not coming, it's been halted, stopped, or it could be there's no longer a wait. Because in the upright, it's active waiting. It's you're putting in the work, you're doing what you've got to do while you're waiting for manifestations and ships to come in. So in reverse, this could be you don't have to wait for justice to arrive anymore. It's here. Somebody's being demasked, somebody's being dethroned, and they can no longer reign in tyranny. They can no longer cause, they can no longer exploit others for their gain. The star. You've stepped into your power. 7 of Cups reversed. The illusions are lifted. Whatever this person was doing, people are seeing it. Double illusions lifted. The Moon in reverse and 7 of Cups in reverse. The illusions are lifted. Everything that they were doing in all those 7 different cups has been poured out and seen clearly. They can't hide in the shadows. Their Moon in reverse gives the Sun card to me. They always, when they're upside down, they always give the opposite for me. It's being illuminated. Their lies, their trickery, their deception, their tyranny, their exploitation, it's being seen. And somebody may be going through resurrecting this stuff, meaning digging this stuff up. Eight of Pentacles. Because Pentacles, yes. 7 of Pentacles. I saw 8 of Pentacles. 7 of Pentacles. You have put in the work. You are nurturing what you are building. You have mastered, since I saw 8, you have mastered what you've been working on. For her, it's a garden, okay? You've mastered gardening. You've mastered your inner world. You are standing in your full power, tapped into both worlds, tapped into your intuition, on your destined path. Miracle upon miracle happening. And then underneath that, oh my goodness, underneath that, 10 of Pentacles, ultimate stability with the Hierophant. This feels like you're not the Star Collective. You are a knowledgeable leader, a wise counsel that people go to, especially when they don't know who they are or where to go, since that card says, who are you? You've gone the path of figuring out who you are. You know who you are. And that is bringing in ultimate stability, an empire you've built, and the seat of knowledgeable leader, of being tapped into the divine, connected to source. You're not just pulling rabbits out of hats. You're giving information handed down by source themselves. While this person is imbalanced, oh my goodness. While this person is tied, the Devil and Temperance reversed, tied, bound to their imbalanced energy that they're trying to send to others. Sitting in Five of Cups. No. Five of Pentacles. Out in the cold. Trying to juggle what they have left. Financial loss. Loss of reputation. Loss of home. Loss of relationship. Seven of Wands and 10 of Cups. Defend your happily ever after, collective. Let them sit in the energy that they've created so that they can transform and learn. So that they can transform and learn just like you had to. And you defend your empire, your ultimate stability, and your happily ever after. You defend that. And let them deal with what they have created within their own life. Yes, it is incredibly sad to know what people have done to their lives out of jealousy and envy. But that should not take away from the celebration of what you've created in yours. And that's what they want. They want to take away the celebration. They want to take away the peace. They want to take away the happiness. Because they're looking at you sitting in what they want, they're not sitting in what they want because they decided to try to destroy another. They're sitting in this energy, imbalanced, tied to obsession, tied to addiction, tied to habits, lifestyles, and mindsets that don't do anything but destroy and enslave. And they're here because this is the energy that they continue to entertain. When you sit around and you stir and you cook and you think about ideas of destruction for others, this is what you are binding yourself to. You may have some power behind you for the cross watchers watching. You may cause some hiccups in other people's lives. But you're not actually causing destruction. You're facilitating a catalyst for their growth, and you're further binding yourself to this. Collective, you keep going. Again, you defend what you've built, and you lean on the connection you have to source and the wise counsel that you have become. And you let these people play whatever games they want to play because either they're going to learn or they're not. That's not on you, though. Happy healing.